guys, Mitz again here, and today I'm going to cover wiring. Just a real short video. I had a request from a subscriber that wanted to understand how the wiring was set up with the controller mounted to the underside of the table like I've got. So we'll cover that. Basically, most of my wiring sits behind the controller on the underside of the table, and the wiring for the router power, the left side Y rail, the X and the Z all come up through the table inside the enclosure just in front of the drag chain, and then the right side Y rail wiring travels underneath the tabletop, and then I have a hole in front of the right side Y rail that the wiring comes up through and makes the connection. So we'll cover that real quick, and hopefully this will help. Okay, so here's the back of the controller, and I've got the Z, the X, and the two Y rails all plugged in appropriately. Then I've got the monitor connections. I've got the gamepad dongle in place. And then I've also added a USB hub and brought it around the side, and using some Velcro, I just attached it to the side of the controller so it's easier to access. The Z, X, and Y2 I've got running up into a hole in the table, and the Y1 cable runs across the front of the table on the underside, and I'll show that to you here in a second. Okay, so here I've got a hole in the table that the Z, X, the power cord, and the Y2 cables run up through. The Z, X, and power run through the drag chain. The Y2 cable runs across the top surface of the table and attaches to the left rail. And then the Y1 cable runs on the underside of the table, and I have that coming up through a hole in the table just in front of the right rail and makes the connection there. I also have the probe connection right here, and I just have it sitting on the top of the table so that I can access it when I need it to zero my X, Y, and Z on my workpiece. I also have my monitor connections right here that are plugged in to the appropriate slots on the back of the controller. I have my monitor mounted to a camera jig that Wolby Designs had on his website. I've modified it a little bit, and you probably saw that in the part 2 video of the enclosure. And here's that jig again in the fully extended position. I've mounted my gamepad holder that I got from Rowdy Roman to the side of it, and this way I can fold it back up. It's below the table, and I don't walk into it, bump into it, and possibly destroy my monitor. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully I've answered some questions on the wiring configuration to the controller, where the controller is mounted to the underside of the tabletop. I'm off to finish working on my dust collection system, and I hope to have a video out on that in the very near future. So stay tuned. Hope you all have a great day.